Hello, my name is Prajedis Fabian Ortiz, and raise up your hand if you want to live a longer and healthier life. I know I do. And how can I do that? How can I achieve living a longer and healthier life? Exercise. Today, I will be talking about the benefits of exercising. Exercising isn't just about building muscle, isn't just about making your bones stronger, but it's also taking care of yourself, your body and mind. If we don't take care of ourselves, there's going to be problems in the future like chronic diseases, stress, anxiety. We'll have poor mental health days. And not just that, we'll have a weak heart. Our lungs won't be able to catch up with us whenever we're working out or we're trying something new. No, we gotta have a good body. And the way to do that is to exercise. Exercise prevents chronic diseases. Exercise prevents chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, or any sort of cardiovascular problem. According to Youth Strength Training to help ward off chronic diseases, it says that regular exercise lowers the risk of early death by diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and heart problems by 10 to 17%. Our body is a temple, and we have to take care of it. We have to take care of it. We don't want our body to fall in a coma, diabetic coma, have heart attacks, have difficult breathing. My mom takes care of this old lady. Her name's Juanita. And she had a son. His name was Frankie. And sadly, he passed away because of a diabetic coma. They only had one son. And it's sad because he wouldn't take care of himself. He would just eat, and he wanted to live a longer life, and sadly he didn't. And we don't want to end up like that. We have to take care of our bodies. Staying active reduces high blood pressure to keep the heart and blood vessels healthy. It sends oxygen and nutrients to our organs. We need our organs to function properly, because if not, in the future we'll have complications where it can lead to, sadly, death. In the article, Exercise for Healthy Arteries, it says that regular exercise is one of the best ways to improve blood flow and can act as a super pill to maintain healthy arteries. What does that mean? That our blood flow, whenever we get big, like fatter, our arteries start to close up to the point where it's hard for blood to flow, and we don't want that. That's what leads to organ failure, to heart problems, and you don't want that, or to points where you can't even breathe properly, where you're trying to catch your breath like, no, you don't want that. It doesn't just ward off chronic diseases, exercise, but it also helps reduce that feeling of stress and anxiety, but also up here, it helps us with our mental health. Stress is very common in our daily life, and it can lead to a feeling unwell. But if we get physical and stay active, we can have low stress related brain activity. Anxiety is caused by stress related environments. So stress and anxiety are almost the same thing. They both can lead to diseases like severe depression. According to Depression and Anxiety, exercise ease symptoms. It shows us that exercise will help us control our mood, help us come back and feel better, and not feel as tired or as anxious or as stressed in our work environment, our school, the gym, wherever you go, even our church. And it doesn't just help us improve our mood, but it helps us improve our self-esteem. It helps us gain confidence, get more social interaction, and cope in healthy ways. In the article, the link between exercise and mental health, it says that 1.2 million adults who had exercise showed that 40% of people had less poor mental days off. When I was younger, I was a chubby guy, and I hated myself. I really did, because a lot of people would bully me and it would hurt me. I would always be picked on, I'd be name called, and I couldn't take it no more. At one point, I even felt suicidal. I felt like I wasn't loved. But instead of sulking, instead of falling into that depression, that stress, that being anxious, I decided, you know what, it's time to change. I started to exercise. And when I started, I didn't start going all crazy to a point where my body would be so tired by the third exercise or go every single day. But going at least to echarle ganas. Going on walks. I would go out on walks with my family in the mornings during COVID. I started going to the gym once I was able to learn how to drive. I started giving it my all. Why? Because I wanted to change. I wanted my mental health days to get better. I wanted to get better, and I didn't want to fall back into that sense of stress, being anxious, or depression. Now that we've able to understand that exercise doesn't just improve our bodies or our minds, but it also helps us focus on one of our organs that's the most important, and that's our heart. In the article, Physical and Heart Benefits, it says that inactive people are most likely to develop heart disease than people who are physically active. Not being active can lead to heart problems. And what I mean heart problems, I mean heart attacks, strokes, having trouble to breathe. And you don't want that. Who here wants that? Nobody. I don't want that. I want to have a healthy heart. I want to be 80 years old, 90 years old, 70 years old without no problem, without no heart attacks, no strokes. I want to live a longer life too, so I'm able to enjoy my family and I'm able to see my future kids grow up. It does improve your heart, but it also improves the immune system. When we exercise, it helps us get bigger, right? It sends muscle to our body. But if we don't have that, if we don't exercise, our immune system is not going to be able to mobilize cells in our muscles during exercise to fight off inflammation and boost endurance. If we don't exercise, it's going to be hard for us to work out. It's going to be hard for us, for our body to get used to it. We don't want that. We want our immune system to be fast. So when we eat, we don't get big in 2 days, The immune system is important, but our lungs are also important. It helps us breathe. And we don't exercise, and when we don't exercise, our lungs are the most important because it leads to us exercising longer. When you run, you have to have good lungs so you can control your breath right. You don't want to be running. No, you don't want that. Nobody wants that. So when you exercise, it expands your lungs to gain more and more oxygen so we can have the ability to last longer in any sort of workout. If it's strength training, if it's with sports, if it's running, walking, you want to last longer. Exercise offers strong benefits for both body and mind. It helps us avoid chronic diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, any sort of cardiovascular problems, but it helps us improve our mind, have less stress, have less anxiety, and improve our mental health so we're able to love ourselves and we don't have to sulk or fall into a sense of depression. But it also helps us strengthen our hearts and lungs so we're able to have a better endurance. Thank you.